So good morning, and good morning. We have an interesting week ahead. So first off, full-on virtual students. The optional packet pickup will be Thursday from 3 to 7. So if you want to brave the oncoming snowpocalypse to come in on Thursday and pick up your packet, you can definitely do that. Otherwise, Friday in the morning. Now that is optional, obviously. We will be posting everything on It's Learning like we normally have. In-person students, tomorrow you'll get yours. Actually, let's just give them out today, because why not? Because then we're taken care of and we're okay. We went green this week, or for this next set of packets. Okay. So keep that, and see, this is what you get when you have Mr. Roth or Mrs. Hill do something. What's different about it, Grace? Other than the color. It's not 3-hole punched. I know. Yeah. I think we have a 3-hole punch down there though if we need one. So okay. So we got that, which is fun. Okay. Some review examples today, and then we kind of want you to finish the review worksheet. Were you able to find it?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. The answer key is posted to the review online. It is in the lowest of lower right-hand corners on the It's Learning on this week's content page. Okay. Then this weekend, we are asking you to do a summative on either Thursday or Friday or Saturday, preferably. Get it done so that you can enjoy the Super Bowl on Sunday and watch commercials and all that fun stuff. Okay? There will be 2 separate parts to this formative. There will be an online multiple choice component to it. There will be 13 multiple choice questions that you will have. And some of them will be simplifying. Some of them will be solving. Some of them will be verifying, things of that nature. Okay? So there's that one. And then on top of that, you also will have 4 free response questions where there will be 2 verify, prove, whichever one you call them, and 2 solves. Okay? And those will be on how we would normally turn in homework on a Google Doc, all lined up in there for you. Okay? And yeah, so we got that. Okay? Then on top of that, Monday, because you don't have class on Monday, but it's a school day, okay? Monday we are asking you to watch a brief video. I don't remember how long this particular video is, but we're going to ask you to watch a video on the intro to the law of sines. Our next 2 units, our next 2 sections, I should say, are the law of sines and the law of cosines. So we can start using them in non-right triangles. Okay? So that's basically the next week. That takes us up to next week, Tuesday, where, next Tuesday in class, we're then going to be focusing in on the ambiguous case of the law of sines. Okay? And so we like to do that on a 4-mod day because there's some work that goes into that. Okay? So let's jump into some review examples here today. Okay? So first off, I would like you to simplify this expression. Sine of x times the quantity tangent of x plus cosine. Love it. So you went there, and you said sine over cosine plus cosine over sine. Okay? Okay, that's fine. Let's do that. So your common denominator would be cosine sine, or sine cosine. So this first one is going to need a sine, correct? So then that would be, and the second one's going to need, so that would be, okay. And that is all still being multiplied by sine. Then what? Okay. So we're left with 1 over cosine, which is home. Let's go with the thumbs. Good? No. Looks like goods mostly all around. Love it. Okay. In person, is that what we all got? Love it. Fantastic. Okay. So there will be some of that on the test starting tomorrow. Okay. This is a verify type 1. So in verifies, remember, we need to take the ugliest, most complicated, treacherous side, if you will, and we need to work it, okay, and move stuff and all that fun stuff and get it to be the other side. I know that this is an obvious question, but which side is more complicated? The left side. Yeah. So let's work the left side. Okay. If I'm going to be adding fractions, what do I need to have? Common denominator. So let's get them in common denominator form. So that would be sine of t and 1 plus cosine of t. Agree? Love it. Okay. So then, first one, I think, is missing a sine, right? So that would become sine squared. Second one is missing a 1 plus cosine. Agree? Okay. So my top here then becomes sine squared of t plus, when I multiply this bad boy out right there, I get 1 plus 2 cosine plus cosine squared. Yes? Oh, I heard a bloop. What's up, Nick? What's up? I'm going from this one, right, to this one. I'm missing there a sign, right? So then that means that I have to put a sign, I have to multiply this one by sine of t over sine of t. Okay? So sine times sine gets me my purple sine squared. Sine times the quantity 1 plus cosine is sine times the quantity 1 plus cosine. Okay? On the other one, now, to go from sine to sine times 1 plus cosine, I have to multiply that by 1 plus cosine over 1 plus cosine. Okay? So on top, I get 1 plus cosine times 1 plus cosine, which, when I do that, we'll go over here to the side. When I do 1 plus cosine times 1 plus cosine, then I'm going to get 1 plus cosine plus cosine plus cosine squared. Okay? So then these two combine to be my two cosines, because I got two of them. And then, so that's where the red 1 plus cosine, or 1 plus 2 cosine plus cosine squared comes from. Okay? Does that help? Okay? Alright? Love it. So then, now picking it up from our red and blue. So then, this sine squared and that cosine squared combine to be 1. I'm trying to keep things in the same color unless I change them. Right? So then my top becomes 2 plus 2 cosine Agree? Top, we can factor out a 2. Oops, I should rewrite that then, because it's a different color. Top and bottom both have a 1 plus cosine in parentheses, so those can be canceled out. So that leaves me then with 2 over sine, which is 2 cosecant, which, from way back up here, is what I needed it to be. Okay? Any other questions, comments, concerns, clarifications? All right. So, solve that one over the, fix this, because There we go. Solve that one over that interval. First step, solving. No, can't divide by a factor. Then you don't know? Set it equal to 0. So we got to subtract sign first. Can't divide when we're solving. Got to get it equal to 0 when we're solving. Okay? Then, factor out a sign. Once we have it equal to 0 and in fully factored form, which we have, then we can set the factors equal to 0. Sign of x equals 0. That is going to be where on the unit circle is sign equal to 0. Sign is the y component, so that would be at 0 and again at pi. Agree? Okay. Tangent squared equals 1. Square roots both sides. That would tell me where is tangent equal to plus or minus 1. So where is the x and the y the same? Well, that happens at pi over 4, 3 pi over 4. Oops, excuse me, tap the brakes. Tap if hell brakes. That happens for the positive one. It happens at pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4 because they're the same at those two. For the negative, when are x and y opposite, that happens at 3 pi over 4 and 7 pi over 4. So all told, the answers here would be 0, pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, pi, 5 pi over 4, and 7 pi over 4. So we actually get 6 answers out of that. Okay? Equals 0. Equals 0. Love it. Yep. One last one. This is the last example of the day, and then I'm going to give you a mod to work on some review, fix your formatives, etc. Get yourself all ready to go for the test that we have coming up this week. First off, I'd switch secant into 1 over cosine. So really we got 3 over cosine minus cosine equals 2. Then let's get rid of the fraction, and let's multiply both sides by cosine. If I do that, then I've got 3 minus cosine squared equals 2 cosine. Get everything on one side. See if we can factor. Are there two numbers that multiply together to be -3 and add to be +2? There are. +3 and -1. Then we can set our factors equal to 0. So then this one would be cosine of t equals -3. Can cosine of t equal -3? Nope, not possible. And then we have cosine of t equaling 1. Where is cosine equal to 1? At 0. So the answer here is 0. Okay, so for the remaining mod, I would like you guys to be working on the review assignment. At Homers, I would also like you to be working on the review assignment for the remaining mod. And then if you have questions, you can jump in and ask them and get them ready to go. Again, your test will open tomorrow morning. In-personers, you'll have the option of you can take the second part. You don't have to take the multiple choice part first. You can do them in any order. So in-personers tomorrow, the option would probably be to do the 4 proof or the 4 short answer ones during class, because then you'll have plenty of time to do the other ones. Okay, that's all I got for you. Have yourselves a great, wonderful day.